Welcome to the Harley Carnes podcast. Harley on the headlines. We'll look at some of these stories today. I hope you'll keep coming back and invite some others to join us. Like, follow, subscribe. That's the mantra, you know. I appreciate it, you know. I found a little word of mouth goes a long way, and it always helps when you do. Big earthquakes, far apart from the other. Quite a seismological day. Off the coast of northern Japan, a powerful quake, 7.2 magnitude, no tsunami. The ground shifted 30 miles down, and this is just the latest strong quake in the last several months there. Several people were hurt, not life-threatening, when things fell on them. The quake was felt in Tokyo, many miles away. In Northern California, the town of Willits, north of Ukiah, the strongest quake there in 85 years. It is wine country, Mendocino County, and the estimate is magnitude 5.6. Power went out for thousands of homes and businesses, and there were some injuries, but no major damage. The big quake, was Venezuela. Two of them, back-to-back. At least 164 people are known dead. Another 1,000 are injured, and they don't know how many are trapped or worse under the rubble of concrete and steel. Here's some video from Associated Press.
Ocurrieron dos sismos seguidos. El primero de 7.2 y seguidamente uno de 7.5. A esta hora ya se han registrado 20 réplicas. Es un hecho de grave consecuencia que hay estados particularmente afectados. La ciudad capital, Caracas, hubo derrumbe de edificios en distintas parroquias.
El edificio colapsó con el temblor, había gente adentro, se ha sacado una niñita nada más del piso 6, hay un difunto por allá atrás, una persona fallecida que está tapiada, no sabemos cuántas más personas hay en el edificio, pero sí había gente habitando el edificio.
It's some big buildings fell there. Like we say, we don't know how many are trapped in that rubble. We're going to need to send some help pretty soon. Pretty soon.
El más fuerte y fue largo. Fuerte, fue muy fuerte. Nunca se nos había roto nada en ningún temblor y se nos rompió todo dentro de la casa. Todos los vasos, todo cayó, todas las copas, todo. Vamos a poner a mi mamá.
These were the strongest quakes to hit Venezuela in more than a century. The main airport in Caracas is damaged and closed. That shaker was felt all the way to Brazil. Many people have been rescued, many not. We will need to send the Venezuelans a lot of help, like I said, if we're not doing it already. Speaking of earthquakes, I don't want to alarm you, but this is alarming. Seismologists say we could be in for a big one in California, maybe the big one that's been forecast for a century. The San Jacinto Fault and the southern end of the San Andreas Fault are now at their highest levels of tectonic stress in more than 1,000 years. Now, that's important. Live Science reports they could rupture together or separately. Cajon Pass, northwest of San Bernardino, is the key. It is kind of like a valve or a gate, like a pressure valve, where the two faults meet, but both are showing extremely elevated stress levels. They are saying critical levels of stress. Now, if the ground shifts in both of those faults at the same time, it's potentially huge trouble for San Bernardino, for Los Angeles, Riverside, and the whole Coachella Valley. They're talking about a megaquake that could affect and could be devastating to millions of people. But they don't know when, and they don't want us to be alarmed. Just ready. What they don't admit is you can't really be ready for when the earth shrugs and the surface changes. People do need to be prepared, as long as they survive, of course, with go bags and emergency supplies ready to move in whatever the aftermath portends for us, Oil prices are now as low or a bit lower than they were before the U.S. bombed Iran's nuclear sites and the Hormuz crisis started. It means gasoline prices must continue to fall. It's good news so far. The only nervous feeling is about how the negotiations will go over the next couple of months, and the trick will be to know when to look past Iranian rhetoric that makes a habit of falsity and unconnected spin. Qatar and Pakistan, by the way, are both praising what they see as encouraging progress in the actual talks. There's some good news in Israel's fight against the terror group Hezbollah in Lebanon. They have dozens of terrorist fighters contained in their own underground complex, like rats in a trap. Now, Iran might try to use it as some kind of wedge in the peace talks with the U.S., but the Trump team would be wise to tell Iran, hey, that's between Israel and Hezbollah. You're supposed to be getting out of the terrorism game, remember? At the moment, Israel is negotiating with Hezbollah fighters in their own trap. They could just wipe them out. The next step is really up to the IDF. Are you a stargazer? Do you like to find constellations in the sky at night? People in big cities are pretty much counted out of this because unless they have a telescope, there's just too much light pollution to be able to see very much. But this is a pretty good time. If you look into the eastern sky at night after sunset, not so far above the horizon, maybe 25 degrees. The summer triangle is easy enough to spot with just your eyes. 3 stars at the corners of the right triangle. Vega is up at the top 90-degree corner. Then Altair down and to the right and back up and to the left again. For the third corner is the star Denner. If you do have a good scope, you might be lucky enough to see in that region some famous nebulas where stars are still being formed, at least when the light started coming this way. The Ring Nebula, North America, Veil, and Dumbbell Nebulas are all there. Hey, hook up your camera. You're looking at nurseries where baby stars are born. Got to be careful what you ask for in this life, or in this case, what you go looking for. If you perch yourself on an easily upended paddleboard, for example, and if there are 2 of you on the same board, making it even more vulnerable, it might not be the smartest move to paddle out looking for sharks. A great white shark, longer than your board, may come to take a look at you. Video from ABC's Channel 7 in Santa Barbara, California. Can you spell not so smart move?
Some terrifying moments for 2 paddleboarders as a great white shark was spotted on drone video stalking behind them. This happened off the shore of Santa Barbara yesterday. The pair said they had heard of a shark sighting in the area, and then they went out to try to find it. I'm not doing that. The woman's uncle sent up a drone to try to help find the shark and point the paddleboarders in the right direction. Maybe it was the wrong direction. When they got back to land, they were shocked to find they didn't find the shark. The shark found them.
We paddled pretty far out because we went to the drone, and then he said that he saw something and that we had to head back to shore right now, but I didn't see it because I was just looking forward paddling. So I didn't know what he saw, how big it was, so we just went straight back, but that was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so again, to review, they're on a paddleboard, 2 of them, and they're looking for the shark. Kayla went out twice to try to find the shark. She says she would go and do it again, and she hopes she can find an even bigger shark next time.
Okay.
Imagine how easily that shark could have upended that paddleboard and put 2 splashing, freaked-out girls into the water with him. Now, I've done some supremely dumb stuff over the years, and so it's kind of easy to recognize a blessed truth. Sometimes angels come to perch on our unwitting shoulders just in time, and we don't even know it. I guess that'll do it. Thank you for dropping in, for tuning in today. Sure hope you'll come back, bring some folks with you. You've given me some of your time, and I do appreciate it because time is precious. I hope you'll pop in from time to time to HarleyCarnes.com as well and find the podcast on Spotify, X, and Facebook. I am Harley Carnes. Until next time, do yourself a favor. Make some good, conscious choices in your life. Make a decision to be happy and fly safe. It's the only way to get there.